In this slide, I will explain more about the common causes of internal bleeding and their signs and symptoms. Okay, so the first common causes is blunt and also penetrating, as you guys can see the picture in the slide. Okay, so I will explain more about the blunt and penetrating. What is blunt? Blunt refers to the injury that caused by blunt surface or object, results of acceleration, decelerations, compressions, or shearing forces. Basically, blunt is a surface or object that is not having sharp edges, while penetrating refers to injuries that caused by a sharp object penetrates the skins into deeper tissues or cavities. The signs and symptoms of blunt and penetrating trauma is bruising, which is pain, tenderness, swelling, or discoloration at the site of the injury. Okay, for the blunt trauma to the head, bleeding from the mouth and blood or bloody fluids in the nose or ears. Blunt trauma to the abdomen, bleeding from rectum or non-menstrual bleeding from the vagina. Okay, the second common causes of internal bleeding is fractured ribs and also sternum. This caused by direct trauma to the chest, and the example is such as fall from a large height, and second is roads or car accident. As you guys can see from the slide, it shows that the signs and symptom is coughing up of bright red, frothy blood, shallow, rapid respiration, and difficulty of breathing. Okay, the third common causes of internal bleeding is bleeding ulcers or indigestions of sharp object. So the sign and symptom for the bleeding ulcers or indigestions of a sharp object is vomitings of bright red blood or dark brown, partly digested blood that resembles coffee grounds, which means that they vomited. Their vomit looks like coffee ground. So the third common causes of internal bleeding is intestinal disease, parasite, blunt trauma of abdomen. So the signs and symptoms for the intestinal disease, parasite, and also blunt trauma to the abdomen is black, tarry stool, rigidity of the abdomen. What does it mean by these three? Black is in color is because it gets digested on its way through the gastrointestinal tract. And what does it mean by tarry stool? It may be bleeding in the upper part of your gastrointestinal tract, such as esophagus, stomach, and the first parts of your small intestine. Okay, so the rigidity of the abdomen is the stiffness of your stomach muscles that worsen when you touch or someone else touch your abdomen. This is an involuntary response to prevent pain that caused by the pressure on your abdomen. So the last common causes of internal bleeding is blockage of urethra and also pelvic fracture. So what are the causes? What are the things that make the blockage? Is maybe can be kidney stones, tumor, and also cancer of the urinary system, prostate glands, and also female's organs. So the signs and the symptoms for the blockage of urethra and also pelvic fracture is blood in the urines or urines in the smoky color.